Hey everyone, welcome back to Life and Language podcast channel. I'm Ben.
And I'm Lily.
Lily, I have to say, I saw you at your desk when I arrived this morning, and you looked like you were really struggling. What was going on?
Yes. I was trying to finish a report I've been putting off for weeks. I just had zero motivation, which is actually perfect because today we are talking about the psychology of motivation, what it really is, and what keeps people going when things get tough.
I love this topic because I think everyone has been in that place where you just can't make yourself do something, even when you know you should.
Exactly. And before we get into it, we've got a question for you. Psychologists often talk about two main types of motivation. One is about getting a reward, like money, praise, or a good grade. The other is about something deeper, something inside you. Now, here's the quiz question. What do psychologists call that deeper internal kind of motivation? Is it A, personal motivation, B, intrinsic motivation, or C, self-motivation?
Ooh, good question. I'm going to guess B, intrinsic motivation. It sounds right to me, but I could be wrong.
We'll find out later. But first, let's talk about what motivation actually is, because I think a lot of people misunderstand it.
Right. Most people think motivation is this feeling you wait for, like you sit around until you feel inspired and then you start working. But that's not really how it works.
Exactly. Psychologists describe motivation as a drive. That's the word, drive, which means a strong inner force that pushes you to take action. It's not something that just appears. It's often something you build.
So drive is like the engine inside you that keeps you moving forward, even when you don't feel like it.
Right. And one of the reasons motivation disappears, especially when things get hard, is something called procrastination. Procrastination means delaying or putting off tasks, usually because they feel too big, too boring, or too scary.
Which is exactly what happened to Lily this morning with her report.
Guilty. And the thing about procrastination is that the longer you wait, the harder it feels to start. So the task gets bigger in your head than it actually is.
That's such a real feeling. And linked to this is a concept called self-efficacy. Self-efficacy. It means your belief in your own ability to succeed at something. If your self-efficacy is high, you believe you can do it, so you try harder and keep going.
And if it's low, you think, I'm going to fail anyway, so why bother? And that's when people give up.
So self-efficacy isn't about whether you're actually capable. It's about whether you believe you are.
Which makes a huge difference. Okay, so we wanted to hear how real people experience this. We asked a few people what keeps them going when motivation disappears. And here's what they told us.
The first person said, honestly, I just remind myself why I started. When I'm really struggling at the gym, I think about how I felt before I got healthy, and that gets me through it.
The second person said, for me, it's breaking things into small steps. If I look at the whole project, I freeze. But if I just focus on the next 5 minutes, I can usually keep going.
And the third person said, I need someone else to be accountable to. If I tell a friend my goal, I'm way more likely to follow through because I don't want to let them down.
I love all three of those because they actually reflect what the science says. That second one especially, breaking things into small steps, is backed up by a lot of research.
It really is. And it connects to something called goal setting. Goal setting is the process of deciding what you want to achieve and making a clear plan to get there. It sounds obvious, but vague goals like, I want to get fit, are much harder to follow than specific ones like, I want to run for 20 minutes 3 times a week.
Because a specific goal gives your brain something concrete to aim for. And when you hit it, even a small goal, your brain releases a little reward signal that makes you want to keep going.
Which brings us to something really interesting. The difference between the two types of motivation we mentioned earlier. Some motivation is external. It comes from outside you. A bonus at work, a good grade, someone praising you.
But research consistently shows that external rewards can actually reduce your enjoyment of something you already love. There's a famous experiment where kids who liked drawing were given prizes for it. And afterwards, they wanted to draw less.
Wow, so the prize actually removed the natural enjoyment.
Exactly. That's why the deeper kind of motivation, the kind that comes from inside, from genuine interest or personal meaning, tends to last much longer.
And this is where the idea of purpose comes in. Purpose, meaning a sense of why something matters to you personally, is one of the most powerful motivators there is. When you feel like what you're doing connects to something you care about, it's much easier to push through difficulty.
Viktor Frankl, a psychologist who survived very extreme circumstances, wrote that people can endure almost anything if they have a strong enough reason why. That's how powerful purpose can be.
That really puts it in perspective. It's not always about willpower. It's about meaning.
And one more word I want to add here: resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover from difficulty or failure and keep going. It's not about never struggling. It's about being able to bounce back when you do.
I think that's such an important word. Resilient people aren't people who never fail. They're people who don't let failure stop them permanently.
Right. Okay, before we wrap up, let's quickly go through today's words so they stick.
Drive. She had an incredible drive to succeed, even when everyone around her had given up.
Procrastination. His procrastination meant he was writing the whole essay at midnight the night before it was due.
Self-efficacy. After finishing the marathon, her self-efficacy for physical challenges went through the roof.
Goal setting. Their coach introduced a goal-setting system that helped the whole team stay focused during training.
Purpose. Once she connected her work to a cause she believed in, her purpose gave her energy she didn't know she had.
And resilience. It wasn't talent that got him through the hardest years. It was pure resilience.
Beautiful. Okay, quiz time. The question was, what do psychologists call that deeper, internal kind of motivation?
And the answer is B, intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic means coming from inside you, from your own values, curiosity, or sense of meaning, not from an outside reward.
I guessed B, and I was right. Okay, well, maybe I do know something about psychology after all.
Ha! Don't get too comfortable. The big takeaway from today is this: motivation isn't a feeling you wait for. It's something you build, and it gets stronger when it's connected to something that genuinely matters to you.
So the next time you feel stuck, don't wait to feel motivated. Find your purpose, set a small goal, and trust that the drive will follow.
We love hearing from you. Comment "practice" below, and we'll reply with today's phrase.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone!